What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel Wealth Hacker Labs. I'm your gracious host, Jeff Rose. And if you are a little confused, it's understandably so. You may have seen all these different updates on YouTube about this $2,000 a month retroactive stimulus payment. Now, in case you're not aware of what's going on, let me actually show you what I am talking about. So if you go on YouTube right now, you'll see a lot of different thumbnails that just show all this stimulus. I mean, we got $2,000 per month here, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Like, it is literally everywhere. And for me, I was a little confused, and this is why I was confused, because yesterday, seeing with the hashtag Blackout Tuesday, with that trending, and just really just want to take a day of perspective and just spend time being present with my family. And so I didn't do anything on YouTube yesterday. And then whenever I started doing some research, started thinking about my next video, all of a sudden, like, I see all of that. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like, did I miss something? Because last time I checked, the HEROES Act hadn't passed yet. We're still waiting to hear on what's going on with, what the Senate's going to do in the next $1,200 check. So I thought, man, was there something that happened while I was gone? Well, no, nothing really happened. Basically, what's been going on is that a bill or an idea that was passed a while ago is just getting some attention again, all over again. For those that don't remember, there were so many different bills that were proposed by so many different representatives and senators about different plans, different packages. One of the most popular that many people wanted to see was something like a reoccurring $2,000 a month payment. So not just a one-time payment, but a reoccurring monthly payment. And the one of them that was fairly popular was brought on by Kamala Harris, and what she was proposing was one of these really good names. Make sure you can see it on my screen here. It is the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act. Try saying that 17 times. So, she was one. Bernie Sanders also was a part of this. Also, Senator Ed Markey also was a part of this. And basically what they were looking for was to, instead of doing a one-time payment, was doing a recurring payment. So and I forgot the time period, but I think it was meant to last like up to like 6 months, maybe even longer. And just in case you're curious, I'll just run through what were some of the, what did it look like, some of the numbers here. But basically, if you were making up to $120,000 per year, then that's where you would be phased out. Monthly payment begins to phase out starting at 100,000, and I guess you're completely phased out 120. Married couple filing jointly would receive up to 4,000. So, it wasn't just $2,000 for the household. That was 4,000 if you had a spouse. If you had children, it's $2,000 per child. Like, that was huge. And then, but also the big thing, which if you saw in some of those thumbnails, was this key word of being retroactive back to March of 2020. So that means if this bill were to pass in, say, July, it would go back to March, where you'd get all the payments you would have made, similar to unemployment insurance. If you apply for unemployment, you should have been receiving benefits for however many weeks or months prior, you would get all that and get caught up. So that is really, so all of these headlines that you're seeing about the $2,000 a month stimulus check, nothing's changed. Like, this is just something that is just getting talked about again. It's the same thing, going back to this article, and there's a few of them out there. This is just the one that I found on Forbes, because I'm a contributor there, so I like to give Forbes, some credit, but also Andrew Yang, his Freedom Dividend Fund, where it's, it was $1,000 a month, like, it has his stipulations here. Like, I don't really want to get much in that here, but this is nothing new. Like, these are all proposals that were proposed months ago. And actually, Andrew Yang proposed his a long time ago. But these are both the potential presidential candidates, and back in the day. So for whatever reason, I don't know why, but it just started making headlines again. You can also see, this article with CNBC, where it's, once again, it's the same thing, talking about more $1,200 checks maybe $2,000 a month. The stimulus proposals that could put more money in your wallet. Just another proposal. That's all it is. Just another idea. They're just putting it out there. This is not being voted on. Like, this is not a part of the HEROES Act. This is not subchapter C of the HEROES Act. Like, this is just another idea that still it's just an idea. That's it. There's nothing more. So that's why I just wanted to share that, because I was confused. Maybe you were confused. Maybe you were excited that maybe that there was some progress on a $2,000 a month or any sort of recurring payment with the stimulus packages. As of right now, like, this is language not even a part of the HEROES Act. So this is not even really being discussed, other that on like the headlines and YouTube, maybe on social media, but that is about it. Now, another article that I came across, I think really shows or gives some good rationale, some good reasoning of the likelihood of a second stimulus package passing, especially like the HEROES Act. And I'll have a link to this one here in the show notes as well, in the description. So this one here is talking about stimulus checks. Hopes hinge on U.S. labor market. Are those hopes getting better? And what I liked about this article was we're not talking about different bills. We're not talking about different proposals and different ideas and which one sounds better and like which one's more realistic, or which one's going to give this and which one's going to give that and all that stuff. I mean, what I liked about this article was really just looking at like the cold hard facts, like what is going on right now in the U.S. economy. And one of the key metrics that we are looking at is unemployment. How many new unemployment claims are being made? Now, the one thing that this article points out, which you can kind of see in this chart, is that if we were looking at something positive, like something good, it's that unemployment claims have leveled off some. We still had like 1.9 million people that applied, I think last week, but it hasn't topped like that all-time weekly high, which you'd be like, oh, that's good. Less people are filing for unemployment, so like that's a good thing. Well, yeah, that's a good thing, but the other, and this article also points this out as well, is that there's if you think about it this way, right? Like there's only so many people that live in America. So there's only so many people that actually have jobs at this current point. So if there's 50 million people and 10 million file unemployment one week and 10 million file the next week and 10 million and so on and so forth, eventually there's nobody left to file unemployment. So eventually numbers are going to go down because there's just nobody left to file. So that's kind of what we're running into. So one of the metrics it looks at is not just new unemployment claims, but really we're looking at the continuous jobless claim data. So now it's just not people that file for unemployment, for people that have filed for unemployment, and are they still without a job? And that's where this chart is showing that those numbers aren't decreasing. Like those numbers aren't really leveling off. I mean, they're staying consistent because people still don't have jobs, because there just aren't jobs to be had, which makes a lot of sense based off everything that's going on, right? I mean, we still got the pandemic going on. We still have businesses being shut down. On top of that, you throw in all the rioting and the looting and just major cities being shut down because of all the different protests. I mean, it's a crazy time. I mean, it is a chaotic, crazy time right now. But this is the data that our senators and our House of Representatives, they should be looking at, and they will be looking at, to determine if a second stimulus check is going to pass. Now, I keep saying this, hate to be a broken record, but I do feel that the HEROES Act, some way, somehow, not in its current form, that's going to get denied. But after making some modifications, and as the numbers continue to show that there is still no jobs and the jobless data is still staying constant, I don't think they're gonna have any choice but to pass some sort of HEROES Act and issue a secondary stimulus payment. That's just one man's opinion, take it for what it is. But what I will say is that there is no chance, in my opinion, once again, that there is going to be any $2,000 a month the reoccurring payment. Like that is not going to happen. Like I am without a doubt believing that there's no way that will pass. So mark my words, however you want to say it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Could be wrong, could be right, but I think I'm going to be right on that one. I think many of you would definitely agree with that I know many of you don't think that there's going to be a second payment whatsoever, but I know we can definitely probably agree that there's not going to be a $2,000 a month retroactive payment. Like, we just ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Anyway, that is the latest and the last update I have for you today on the economic stimulus payment. What's going on with the HEROES Act? What's going on with this $2,000 a month retroactive payment? Don't hold your breath on that one. Don't hold your breath on this one. Not worth it. All right, y'all, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. We've got more content coming your way. As always, please remember, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.